big, I'm pushing P. I'm capital P, I write the president, count president. Push Portuguese on her knees, mopping down a P. She let me squeeze if she need, cause she keep the P. Privacy, bitch, I'm pushing P. Purple paint, piece of paint, bitch, I'm pushing P. Push P, I'm pushing P. Push P, I'm pushing P. Yeah. Push P, I'm pushing P. Push P, I'm pushing P. Yeah. Papa P, I'm paranoid. I can't sleep with pockets deep. Got racks on me, why they watching me? I'm pushing P.
From DraftKings.
Pushing P, I'm pushing P.
Yeah.
You was waiting all day for that.
All motherfucking day to do that. And we still here with it. The first thing I thought about was LeVar Ball. And, and how his I told you so hat was so epic. So shout out to LeVar Ball, you know, still making shit happen, still speaking the prophecy.
The nigga did the shit. I ain't mad at him. We still got a black champion first and foremost.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a win-win in my book either way. I don't give a fuck, but I guess my
but I don't know. We editors might have to cut back to some scenes. We hot.
Yeah. All right, man, let's fucking talk about it. I don't even want to do the fucking no cap recap. I want to talk about this Aljamain shit because I'm confused.
Whoa. Oh, that little vibe came on. But
I'm confused.
I know. It seemed like it's a lot more going on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would
make sure I'm not the only one.
I don't know if I would necessarily say
inconsistency, because I'm not sure how you pull out of a fight and then turn around and put sparring pictures on your IG. We'll talk about it.
See, you already popping off with the bullshit because like you already.
I'll stand on mine.
You got to. You got to. Oh my God, I want to talk about that shit so bad now. But hey, it's the RoundHouse RoundTable. We back with another one. It's me, Armani T, and my brother, Hot Take Rod in the building. We gonna give y'all that fire. We got that tonight. We got the bag tonight. Just like every night. You know, we ain't about to lie. Hey, let's get it.
Sweat my glow up in lightning. Hot year, something like lightning. This shit a hit on my psychic. She want me lick, I'm excited. See, I feel that's my business, and that's why I'm business minded. Need a push, get behind it. It's science, apply it. Worst come to worst, you tried it. Get a bag, get inspired. Shoot your shot, it's the effort. I admire. You're hired, ain't looking for friends at this point. My circle is small as a point. Yeah, I'd rather send an invoice than hearing the fake on their voice. It sound like a business report. Don't fuck with the business. One part of the RoundHouse RoundTable, me, Armani T, and I got my homie, my brother.
It's the ROD. Let's get it, man. Let's
talk about it.
Say please. That's one, please. Don't need no one, that's two, please.
All right. Let's go. So we're gonna start this shit off like with a nice no cap recap of UFC 273 Volkanovski versus Korean Zombie, which was a beautiful, display. I'm gonna say that. By the way, bro, what's going on? Hey, how the football going? That just popped in my head. I be seeing you on your story, get nasty, getting to it.
Honestly, this past week wasn't our week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of them weeks, niggas. It was bad. I'm gonna just say it was bad. I'm gonna leave the score out of it. It was bad. But other than that, it's solid, man. You know what I'm saying? We just try to find our chemistry and figure out who we are. But you know me, I'm a ball out anyway. So.
That's what I'm saying. Like with you, I know you was able to still get your mans on. Like Like what the person that they had in front of you, was it, was that like a challenge? Was it something like a puzzle to figure out, or was it just like?
I mean, every team comes with different challenges, and each team has multiple challenges within itself. So it was a lot of good people out there. So it was some tough matchups for me, but I held my ground, relied on my technique, believed in myself, made some plays, put some people on the ground, protected the quarterback, got to the quarterback. So it's been solid for me so far.
That's good that, like, with all the talent that y'all got on y'all team, you jump on there and like just getting PT off rip. Like you just it's almost like it's crazy. Like that just speaks to like the skill. Like that's something I always noticed about you with football. Like it's like the vision, like that vision. Even when we like anytime we played like football, like in high school with like just two-hand touch or whatever, tackle anything if we was ever throwing the ball around or whatever, it was just that vision. That was just obvious. Especially like watching our motherfuckers play Madden and shit. Motherfuckers losing y'all mind. Where it all
starts. That's where the vision is created. You can't play Madden, you trash for real. You're not gonna be a good football player.
Real shit. But let's get to this no cap recap, man. Like I've been wanting to get to this like all week. Let's go. Julio versus Daniel Santos. End up going to Julio Arce's way. This one confused me, especially with the unanimies off top. This one confused me. Daniel Santos was just moving forward the whole time. I guess Arce's boxing package was just clipping him as he was walking in. It was getting bad. It was getting bad, but at the same time, Santos was hitting him with some heavy shots too. So I don't know how they got unanimous, but now this what told me how the judges was going to be judging tonight. You know what I mean? How they going to be pushing things either way. They're going to be looking at each other across the table like, all right. So that's just what I saw from that. But high level skill, Santos, this was a good ass learning lesson for sure. Shout out to Julio.
Yeah, Santos was just off. I think that's where the unanimity came from. You just collectively looked at the numbers at the end of the fight, and it's a big gap. So it's either you need to land more. Maybe if you land more, this fight's closer. This fight's called closer. I mean, you do pretty much the same volume, but you just wasn't touching them for real. According to the numbers, you know what I'm saying? According to the numbers, if you look at it, so that's my only guess of where the unanimity could have come from.
See, and that's the thing. Like when I was watching fight, it was like, man, I see you just see him coming forward. The numbers don't show him coming forward. Right. The numbers don't show the aggression and the dominance, but it was the experience thing. It was an experience thing for sure. Like I think that's why I was saying like Daniel Santos get a few more fights, then he's already at this level, hanging with Julio Arce. Right. So that's
something.
Yes, that says a lot for real.
That speaks for sure.
So speaking on what says a lot, Piera Rodriguez came through with the W versus Kay Hansen in the strawweight.
Bro, why was they tearing her up on Twitter? What happened?
About what? Who? Kay Hansen?
I just been seeing wild, inappropriate memes and tweets about OnlyFans or something. I don't know. Is something crazy happening?
Hey, UFC fighters, get y'all money. Get y'all money how y'all get it. Get it how y'all get it.
Yeah, that's
you know what I was thinking? I was thinking one day it's gonna be a UFC fighter that's going to do like have OnlyFans, but they're gonna be like rolling butt naked.
You're not gonna say anything to do with that.
Hey, I want a percentage whoever start that. Like, hey, it's been recorded. It's been recorded. So yeah, copyright. You feel me? So, but Pierre Rodriguez was really like just not gonna be denied. Kay Hansen got a few takedowns. That was cool. That was all right. But at the same time, it's just like she wasn't anything to call dominance. It wasn't any dominant control. You know, she was popping back up, and it was a good fight for Rodriguez. You know, I think just being super young in the game, like she has so much more room to grow. That's what I was thinking, like, about the prelims. They put the young people on there, so they ain't gotta pay all these heavy hitters, all these guys that have been in here for a while, so they can pull off an Olenek, you know, so they can have an Olenek in the prelims, like,
because the top of the card is so heavy.
Yeah,
you got to go with a more frugal option at the bottom.
Exactly, but
which
at the
is
same
talent.
time,
Which
is
talent.
at the same time, it's talent, and that's the dope part about it. Speaking of talent, you know, and age, yo,
bro,
Olenek.
What's up? What's up with it? Is it the year to granddad? You know
I don't know, bro.
UFC,
I don't know.
UFC
like
terms.
I think he's just really efficient at doing what works for him, and taking punches is not the worst situation for him, because Vanderaa was getting caught up in it. You know, like if you ever roll with somebody and you rolling with like a black belt or something, and you get a dominant position a few times, you're gonna be like, okay, hold on. Let me stay down on the ground with you. I ain't tripping being on my back. Next thing you know, you getting choked out. So it's just like they'll lull you into thinking that you're doing shit. You know what I'm saying? He almost even looked like Jared Vanderaa looked like he almost got the back a little bit, like one time. And then that's when Olenek just got out of it, of course. And I was like, Jared Vanderaa, like, bro, get up. And then that's what happened. First round submission, scaffold.
Sick.
And it just looks nasty. It don't even look like it chokes you out. It just looks like he suffocates you.
Start doing this.
And you gotta smell it. It's like you gotta smell his armpits until suffocation.
Yeah.
And that just seems what it's like. Like I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that shit. Because it's like once you get in side control, get a deep side control, it's like all you gotta do is get that leverage, and they ain't going nowhere. So shout out to Olenek on the win and performance of the night. You know, he be taking those punches, but he really make that shit worth it. With a W.
A
big W.
These old guys, man.
What you think about that?
It speaks to experience. It's experience for me. It's, master versus grasshopper.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like you said, he lulled him into it, set up the trap. And I think that's part of his game plan, being able to take punches. All right, cool. I'm gonna have to withstand some damage to get to my spots. But I know once I get to my spots, there's nobody that can touch me, especially doing it as long as this guy's been doing it. You can't touch me. So do your thing, and then we'll talk about it in a second. That's how I look at it. So it was just, I don't really want to even say talent, because he has talent, but
it's like muscle memory at this
point.
You've
been doing it longer, bro. It's like going into the dojo and picking out the black belt, jiu-jitsu guy, and I'm a white belt. I'm like, all right, come on, bro. Let's bang. I'm a blue belt or a purple belt.
Yeah.
But we're talking degree of no, bro.
Yeah.
It's levels.
Levels.
At the end of it,
it's fucking levels.
It's levels. And you always say it, bro. It's levels to it, bro.
So. It really is. Like, and it's like each level, if I could try to break it down in the best way and the fastest way, is like each level is like I'm that step ahead of you. I'm this step ahead of you. Like a blue belt might be 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. Brown belt might be about 3 steps ahead of you. Black belt just sees the whole thing, like, and just waits for you to fall into traps. So it's different. Black belt would just find it and take it, but brown belt would find it and take it. Black belt would just let you fall into it, and Olenek is just let him fall into it. Right. He made him believe that shit. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. And so what's next for Jared Vanderaa, real quick? If we could go up on this real quick, because his last win was
how many he got in a row? How many he got in a row?
3. He got 3 losses in a row.
I don't know, bro, because clearly UFC is
cutting down.
Chippity choppity.
Yeah. They cut shit down.
You know what I'm saying? So he might get the call from Dana. Yeah. Be like, appreciate you, bro, but
yeah, and Olenek was that one, but he had some Arlovsky and Olenek. Yeah, that's a tough ass. Those are two tough ass fights. Like somebody management need to go talking.
Okay, how long? But how long has he been fighting? How many fights he got under the belt? So at this point, we're talking 6 fights. You should, even though I understand those 2 fights are hard fights, you should still be ready to start turning that corner. Like, at what point are we gonna keep holding your hand with it? We want to throw you to the dogs eventually to see if you're a contender. If not, we need to cut weight. And you got promotionals like PFL, Bellator. You got the whole Dana White Contender Series. You got Tough. There's avenues for people to start getting into the UFC easier than it was, let's say, even 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Let's be real. So, like, bro, we don't need you. You know what I'm saying? There's an influx of talent out here that if you losing streak is going to start costing you your career, as it should be. As it should be, in my opinion, anyway. So, maybe he gets the call from Dana, maybe not. We'll see.
We will see. But what I did see is Mickey Gall get knocked out.
What happened to him, bro?
In the first round.
I think Mike Malot's just like that.
That's it. And there's like no offense to Mickey Gall. I think Mike Malott is just like that, like in the sense of and still took some damage. And it's almost like the way he took damage was just like, that's not a lot of damage to be taken from Mickey Gall to take Mickey Gall out in the first round.
Right.
You know, so like normally Mickey Gall is gonna put hands on you and touch you up. But Mike Malott was not trying to let that shit go to the ground. So he stayed smart, and you know, he's one of those guys who want to be like just rising up through the ranks quietly. So just everybody look out for that.
Maybe not even quietly. I mean, you keep knocking out hitters like this. And Mickey Gall is not a slouch. We talking Mickey Gall here, like.
But the thing about it is like, yeah, we talk about Mickey Gall. He knocked Mickey Gall out, but like nobody is really talking about Mike Malott right now. Even after he knocked Mickey Gall out, like, bro, like this, he's about to be a problem. It's here now. Like, you know, just saying, he was looking sharp with the boxing. Like even in that short display, with the boxing. that short display, like just display everything. So next we got Raquel Pennington versus Aspen Ladd. That went to a 3-round unanimous for Raquel. Aspen Ladd, I don't know. I feel like this was an off night for Aspen Ladd. Like that's the best way that I could describe it.
I could feel it.
You know what I mean?
She never
like
really tapped into what she does. For her.
Yeah, I feel like she really didn't get into her flow, and Raquel Pennington was just on it. She's like, yo, okay, all right, I came here to do what I got to do, so I'm gonna do it. And Aspen Ladd really, you know, I don't know, just a step behind.
Both of these ladies was fighting for something, but you could tell in the post game or the post fight conference that she was fighting for something. She's looking for a belt.
Clearly.
And she clearly, like you said, she clearly showed she's looking for a belt. So,
and women's bantamweight is an issue right now. So, like, especially, but Aspen Ladd, like getting a W off of Aspen Ladd, like that's not no easy shit either. So,
and then the way she did it, whether Ladd was off or not, the way she did it was impressive as well. So,
facts. Shout out to Raquel Pennington on getting it done, getting it Dunnington.
Finishing the job as she should.
Exactly.
That's that DC lingo. Don't do that to him. Don't give him the Dunnington. They probably like,
a scratcher.
Where's my phone at?
That's a head scratcher.
Dunnington.
But yeah, shout out to Raquel Pennington for real. Like we just love seeing people come up through that fight for something. Like, you know, you could see it through every punch, like you pushing and striving, like you want to be great. You're going to be great. Like we see that shit. Shout out to Anthony Hernandez versus Josh Freem. And this one was a good fight. I like this was a good fight, back and forth. Anthony Hernandez just kind of like, I don't know, he just outshined. Didn't think that Josh Freem really was ready for this task, bro. I don't know. And I don't know if he think that he won, or I don't know if he knew or he had an idea, but Anthony Hernandez really put them handads on him. So
he's a problem for middleweight. Look,
yeah,
the pace that he can set.
like I didn't.
He throws everything in volume. I'm like, bro, slow down, bro, slow down. Like,
and I don't know if they would talk. I don't know if he like used to be heavier or what, but like he seemed like he hits hard. He seems like he definitely hits hard, and Josh Freem was not supposed to be in there.
He wants no. I ain't even gonna say he wanted no parts of it.
He wasn't supposed to be in there that time. It was a good fight.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
The takedowns were awesome. Like it's just like he was just efficient. He was just like it was like levels better. Levels better.
Funny how that word keeps coming up.
Exactly, because it's just like that's what it like. That's because that's speaking to the actual matchmaking that y'all doing. Like Josh Freem was able to build y'all up enough and make y'all think that he can handle Anthony Hernandez, and then that's what happens. Gets touched up. 73%.
73. That's a crazy number.
Total strikes touching 73%.
He's accurate.
Like just touching you.
Yeah. They look like welterweights though, didn't they? When they were fighting?
Yeah, they did. Middleweight is definitely gonna come up, but I think it's gonna take a little bit longer. Welterweight is really about to start. Things about to start having to figure itself out. That and lightweight, you
got people moving up and down.
Yeah, like I think just like Volkanovski said, I think like flyweight right now is just they gotta figure that out. This motherfuckers that just been beating each other for years, like back and forth, like so it's just like and then that's when it's like a up and comer might come through and get smoked by one of the top three. Mm-hmm. That's how that should be going in flyweight. Like it's like a club, like a top 3 club. You can't get up in that motherfucker.
Like a Chiefs club.
Yeah, you can't get up in that motherfucker. Yeah. Like so now we're at welterweight. Ian Gary versus Darren Weeks. Darren Weeks looked a step behind as if he was just like watching Ian Gary when Ian Gary was just coming in and touching him. But he was touching Ian Gary. I don't know. Matchmakers did another one with this. That's how you get so many unanimous decisions with matchmakers making matches like this.
It's levels. That's all I can say about this fight.
No, but this one is like it's cardio, And I think that
you think so.
I think Darren Weeks wasn't pushing forward. Like in the first round, he was pushing forward. Second, third, he was really like watching Ian Gary. I don't know if he was hurt or what, but he just took his foot off the gas. Ian Gary, he took his foot off the gas, but he still was walking towards him. So imagine somebody just walking you down and you getting in range and they just kind of fainting, pushing forward. Like they're not swinging, And Ian Gary was just like, once you get a little closer in range, boom, bop, step out. Once you get close again, boom, bap, step out. So he was just touching them up and making it look easy. So like once again, Ian Gary got another W. So I guess
another freebie,
another layup, another motherfucking layup for real. No takedowns. Darren Weeks got one takedown, but he fought for his motherfucking life for that shit. Ian Gary got good takedown defense for sure. Like guys don't get to that level and not have good takedown defense. Like it'd be considered like.
What level is that though? What level are we talking?
Like Ian Gary, somebody coming in as a significant striker, having a few knockouts. A lot of times those knockouts come from them just not being able to be taken down. Like a lot of times people try to take them down and they get too close because they know they can take people down. Yeah, they know they can take people down, so they already getting close because they trying to take a shot. Like when you take a shot, like your knee is supposed to be coming right by their foot. So how close you got to be to get your knee by their foot? Like from foot,
you in uppercut range.
Yeah, you in uppercut range. You in left hook, right hook,
knee range.
Like just tight hooks too. Like them tight
them
ones.
Check
like,
hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like being a wrestler, you gotta worry about good strikers like Ian Gary. So that's why a lot of times they already have like good takedown defense.
For sure.
These motherfuckers be worried. What you think about this guy?
I just want to see what's next. That's all I'm interested in. I agree with you with the whole he's been fed layups. I want to see if we get some comp. I want to see him, somebody who can hit back, somebody who can take a punch. Somebody who's not gonna let you 1-2, Man, that's all I want to see.
But the thing about it, I can't say that him getting who's the dude name Williams. I don't think when he fought Williams, I don't think that was a layup though. I think that was a real challenge, and Williams really like didn't rise to the occasion for that. Like that was the moment where he was supposed to really get off and get W's, and then that's when he was touching them up at first, and that's when he got excited, got caught. So it's just like Ian Gary had a tough matchup in the what's his name? It was Williams, right?
Yeah, Williams. He got him in the first round at the very end of the first round.
That's the part that really give him more clout and make me have to respect it more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Williams was all right. He's all right.
Yeah, but at the same time, I felt like he got caught.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it was that simple. He just got caught. But I want to see it again, yeah. Because
they wouldn't have to run it back, but I just want to see, Williams fight again. Somebody of his caliber, so he can display that. Somebody in the same type, like with the hype too. Yeah. That's a whole defeat into itself. When you even see the promo, had a promo heavy on one side, and how people are even giving answers and questions, how people are running up and getting autographs, like all that shit can resonate with somebody, and they just kind of think like, all right, I'm a fucking underdog for real. They booing me and shit. So it's a lot that goes on inside of that too, that I think Williams will have to unlock. But once he gets that, like, he has the parts to do it. So, but shout out to Ian Gary on the W. Ooh, was that was the prelims?
Yeah, we at the mania right now.
We out of the prelims. The prelims is gone.
We're at the mania right now.
Okay. So now, main event. Started off with the lightweight. Vince Pichel versus Mark Madsen, the Mad Wrestler. Got it done. Unanimous. My DraftKings was going up. My DraftKings was really going up. What was y'all thinking when y'all thought it was like Vince Pichel was going to do that? Well, Vegas. I'm talking specifically to Vegas.
Wild numbers out there.
Like what? Where did y'all see this happening? Like this was going to be a wrestling event. This was going to be a wrestling event. I don't know what y'all thought. And yeah. I'm looking at the numbers, and it's just like they really look kind of even. They look kind of even when it comes to significant strikes and takedowns, like, because that's what kind of like equalized things a little bit more, control time. But unanimous, I didn't understand the unanimous. I think that's what, but I understood it in the sense of, like, earlier, like I said, the judges, tonight it seems like they were more like-minded, in the night, and you can learn that early of the first two fights.
I mean, the number's not even super even though. If I'm looking at them,
well, when I say even, I'm talking about,
you said, the 3 takedowns evens it out, and then mixed on with the control time, and what you did with those 3 takedowns.
Yes. So
but if you take those 3 takedowns away, Pichel should have won that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. With that amount of strikes too against those takedowns and that control time.
For sure.
That's just what it was.
Right.
Like wrestling is power. That's what and Mark Madsen gonna keep doing shit like this. So once he come in contact with the right wrestler, it's gonna be an issue for him.
It's gonna be a show.
I think it'll be a good fight with him and the dude that just fought with the red hair, that with the excellent grappling, Mark Diakise. Mark Diakise with the wrestling.
The black dude?
Yes. Mark Diakise.
Oh, yeah. Him and Madsen.
Against Madsen would go crazy. Shit, do that for a motherfucking fight night. I'd be cool. Shit.
I'd be cool.
Let me know.
Too.
Let me know. I'll get some tickets. Let me get some tickets, Mark. Since we put it together, let me get some tickets, Mark Diakise. Next, Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha Torres.
Hey. Okay, sorry. We moving on.
Both of them. Lord.
Shout out to Dern.
Yes. jiu-jitsu all the way through.
That shit works.
No, but the thing about it was Tisha Torres made her work with her hands. She had to really challenge herself on the feet because she don't really get challenged too much on the feet. You know, she kind of it gets to the ground fast.
Quick.
Yeah.
And in a hurry.
And I don't know why people even allow that. Like, do you know it's going to be an early night on the ground with Mackenzie Dern?
Always.
Man, some people don't get it, but
she had it. She almost got her though. She almost splitty.
Yeah,
it was right there for the taking. So,
but shout out to Tisha Torres too. Like, she's still grinding like through the years, like, and really high level fights like this. Like, I don't know what's next though. I don't know what's next for her. That's the crazy part. So it's like, yeah, she was on a little run.
She might still be there. This might be a little hiccup.
Yeah, shit.
Especially a close one.
Shit, running back
out or choked out.
Running back with Angie Hill, she'll do it.
Yeah.
Running back with Angie Hill. So the next one, and the next one, for the next one, oh shit. This is another one. My DraftKings went off. We got everything out the way. We was hitting
banger
all night.
Are we on Kamzat yet?
Kamzat. Hold on. Let me get, since I was on the DraftKings and I bet for Kamzat, I feel like I was a part of this. So hold on. I feel like I was a part of this. I was a part of the scheme, the heist.
What has he got going on over there?
He was a part of the heist squad. He was a part of the heist squad.
Easy motherfucking buddy.
Because it was a motherfucking robbery, nigga. This was a robbery. Stick him up, Gilbert Burns. I'm so sorry, but we got to do this. We had to do this.
It was a fight though. But this is what I wanted to see from him though. I wanted to see this from Kamzat. I wanted him to go through this. I needed to see him go through this before I'm like, all right, cool. Go fight Kobe. Once you beat Kobe Jack Cheese.
No, see what I'm saying? Bruh, this fight, because all that hype, that was what Kamzat. Pretty much all he had to do was just survive 3 rounds, and y'all was going to give him the fight. That's pretty much what it was. He was really getting touched up.
Yeah,
2 and 3.
Absolutely.
2 and 3.
I'm not talking about the scorecard. I could care less about the decision. This is just the type of fight I wanted to see him in. I wanted to see him getting touched up. I wanted to see the holes, and I wanted to see how he responded to it. This is what I wanted to see.
Kobe Covington is going to hurt him.
You're tripping.
I'm sorry, bruh.
You're tripping.
Once again, bruh. I'm so, bruh. Kobe Covington is going to do it just like he did Masvidal, but it's going to be a full fight. It's going to be a full fight. Like,
no,
5 rounds of Kobe Covington. 5 rounds of Kobe Covington. Kamzat. Shit, he might not even make it out of there. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I'll shut up if I'm wrong, but I'm not seeing Chimaev beat Kobe Covington. I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. Like, the wrestling from Kobe Covington, super elite, but the hands on Kobe Covington are elite as well. Chimaev's hands, as you saw, they are all right, but they not that. They not that. Because Gilbert Burns' hands is all right. And he was still touching them up. Jab, 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 backing them up. Had him kept going like that. And I don't know if he's swaying the judges by doing this, saying like, oh, he's not hurt. But that means, yeah, you're hurting me.
Yeah.
Give me some more.
That's a universal signal.
Yeah.
For I'm hurt right now. But don't want to appear hurt.
But this was a clear-cut robbery. Like, Dana was talking about Aljamain or TJ Dillashaw was botched, or the what the fuck? And he's not talking about the Chimaev Gilbert Burns. Nobody's like worried about the outcome because they're like, okay, that's fire. We got to see a full show from Chimaev. What else? Like, but Gilbert Burns was there shining as well. He got dropped in the first round. It was like, all right, saw what we need to see. And then
but honestly, yes, bro. When it's a business. At the end of the day, bro, it's a business. So that's why the hype going in with he's ranked 11th among welterweights.
I don't know if that's the case no more.
top 3. I mean, not anymore, but at the time, 11 versus what?
Yeah,
4?
2
against 2. Okay, so we're talking 11 versus 2. You go in, and not only do you put him down, but you also withstand, like you said, him being touched up a few times, him being hurt a few times, him being in some positions that could have cost him a few times.
But they both were. What I'm saying is these numbers look like Pichu's numbers. These numbers look like the Pichu Madsen fight numbers with 2 takedowns and with Gilbert Burns having 63%, 141 total strikes. So it's just like 119 significant strikes. These motherfuckers was throwing hands for real. But at the same time, those numbers look like Madsen Pichu numbers. So how were y'all able to swing it in the way of Chimaev's way when Gilbert Burns was pushing forward the whole time and he was landing more? Those 2 takedowns didn't do anything. Oh, the first takedown. The first takedown, that's when he would start swinging on him, hitting him. But when you look at those punches, he hit him like 2 times out of that whole like 15-10 punch combo. He hit him like 2 times. And I think one was an elbow.
The numbers was even on the ground.
The numbers were even on the ground. But if you go back and look at the fight, when Chimaev was teeing off on him, he was hitting him on his arms. He was hitting him in areas that was protecting Gilbert Burns. So I don't know how they calling that connecting. No, I don't consider that connecting. Like face, chest, body. If you're hitting arms, like you getting points off that, you're playing pity pat.
But like it's the same thing, like you said with Pichu. That's why he won. That's why Madsen won, because of the takedowns. You also go over 5 in takedowns, that might count for something too. And the numbers for Pichu were more, and he still lost in a unanimous decision.
Yes, but what I'm saying is significant strikes and him mixing it up as well. So there's other factors inside of just that. I feel like Pichu wasn't mixing it up as well. He didn't have any cage control time. He wasn't in a dominant position. Gilbert Burns had cage control time. He had control time on the ground. When they got on the ground, it was a brief second, but that's when they got right back up. So it's just like
count a brief second.
But yeah, but at the same time, it's just like there was moments where dominance was displayed throughout the whole fight from Gilbert Burns. Yeah, you know, even with him being not dropped, but whenever he got hit the first time, when he got dropped, that's when you know they consider that, I guess, the takedown. But shout out to Kamzat. You know, he did his thing in there with Gilbert Burns. He stood in there with Gilbert Burns. I could give him that shit. But for the W side of it, I don't know. I don't know. I ain't feeling that decision. Not feeling it. That was a clear-cut robbery.
I don't know about that.
That was a clear-cut robbery.
Oh no, I can't agree with that.
That was a robbery.
I just can't agree with that one.
Where you not seeing the robbery at? You see with the takedown. What was the control on that? That's what I'm saying. I think he just put the dog in pony show up when he got him against the cage.
It was ground and pound. It was landing strikes within the clinch. He had cage control. He had ground control. The same things, and how he was finishing rounds on in a dominant position, finishing rounds in full mount, ground and pound, beating them. Like, what we talking about, bro? Yeah, Gilbert Burns put up numbers in between the rounds, bro. But Kamzat dominated the significant portions of the rounds.
I'm not seeing that.
I seen him land bigger shots.
Yeah, bigger shots.
Not saying Gilbert Burns wasn't landing big shots. I just seen Kamzat landing more bigger shots or more big shots. So that's why I say I can't agree with the highway robbery. Maybe split, but even in the split, I'm still going Cosmo.
That's what I'm saying. Like no.
Even in the split, I'm still going Cosmo.
If it would have split the Gilbert Burns, that would have made so much more sense. That would have made so much more sense. And in that actual control time and the ground punches, like Gilbert Burns had more punches on the ground. So it's just like you could talk about ground and pound time and all that other shit when he wasn't even touching him on the ground. That's the part where that's the gray area where I feel like people are filling in with he was beating his ass on the ground, so that's what helped him win the round. And I'm saying that's not what happened, because those punches, I went back and looked at that shit again because I was like, I know I ain't tripping. I ain't about to go in here and fucking put a whole mask on for one little part of a session and take fucking I told you so on the fucking shit just to say that, okay, maybe no, bro, I had to go back and look. This motherfucker was not landing punches on the ground. He was playing pity pat on the ground. I think it was an elbow that came through and it was a right that came through. And the elbow was on the right too.
So elbow cut him open. That counts for something.
That does count for something. That counts for an elbow strike. That counts for one ground strike. Absolutely.
Yeah, but see, now you're trying to make sense of something that we already know can't be made sense of. We're talking UFC judging at that point.
Yeah, and I'm saying they were all judging in unison like fashion. So I feel like that's just how they was just rocking. It was like, all right, y'all, hey, Chimaev hung out with Gilbert Burns. Hey, let's give it to him. I feel like that's what everybody is really congratulating. And Gilbert Burns is just on the other end, like, damn, y'all let this motherfucker just stayed up with me, ain't really beat me straight up. Like, Gilbert Burns feel like that for a reason, bro. Chimaev body language after he won, you saw it. That motherfucker was confused.
I didn't see anything. You saw it.
Was confused. That motherfucker was confused. So I don't know. That motherfucker's body language was very, very insecure. Like, I'm not sure about this win. Then he had to tell himself more. As when somebody start talking themselves up and then like get louder. But that's what was happening to him. Like he was just trying to find his confidence in that because, bro, he knows. So now to the fight, the real fight of the night, because I don't know how that was the fight of the night. It was a good fight though.
I understand how it was the fight of the night.
I don't know how that was the fight of the night, but this Aljamain Peter Yan, yes,
it was a worthy rematch.
This made so much sense, and it's disturbing that like Dana thinks it was a robbery because he thinks Peter Yan had 3 rounds, and I'm thinking like, what rounds? Like what rounds?
He had 4 and 5 for sure.
4 and 5.
The only one that's in question is round 1. This is the only reason that I feel like the fight was won. Was because of that round 1 when Aljamain was coming out and touching him up like he did in the first fight. The leg kicks, the jabs, going to the body. You know what I'm saying? He was touching him up for
he got started.
He was getting touched up, and then at the same time, Peter Yan was throwing and missing in that first round for real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Aljamain was getting touched. Let's not get it twisted. Aljamain was getting touched, but Peter Yan was really missing for real. And that's not what he does. Yan don't come out in the first round looking to swing, but you could tell Yan was fighting off of emotion. This was a very emotional fight for him. He was mad for real. He was mad. He tried to go in there and put him the fuck out. So I feel like it wasn't really a robbery. I feel like the fight was as close as it got called. And I feel like the only difference was that first round. Because Aljamain dominated the second and third. Yan dominated the 4th and 5th. The only one that's up for grabs is that.
You saying dominated the 4th and the 5th?
Yeah, I'm saying dominated. Yeah.
See, and that's why I was.
Because I can say the same thing for Aljamain dominating the 2nd or 3rd. Granted, you had him on the ground and you couldn't get up. The 2 takedowns that you did get out of 22. Let me touch that again.
Yeah,
the 2 that
gas
you did,
tank crazy.
The 2 that you did get out of 22, which yes, I'm gonna touch on that too. You made the most of it, but all them submissions that you was trying to do the rear naked choke, it was dead in the water, bro. Peter Yan was shutting all that shit down, so you had to go on the ground and pound. The ground and pound was working for a little bit in the 2nd round. Then you try to go back and get some more of the rear naked choke. That's all he wanted was his back. But you wasn't doing shit for real. I mean, you was doing enough to say, yeah, he dominated the round with the control time, keeping him on the mat 3.5+ minutes. And then not only cool, once the submissions are failing, now let me throw on the ground and pound, which I'm touching him with. Mind you, I'm touching him with this. So I'm like, all right, cool. So just like people can make that argument for the fourth and fifth for Jan, I can make the argument with the second and third for Sterling. But I gave him those two rounds respectively belong to each party. But Sterling came out in that first round and set the tone, and that's why he fucking won. And then mind you, I seen the picture the other day of him, right? Like that first fight went how it was supposed to go. Jan was in a better position to win. I feel like the shape that Aljamain came into in this fight, his body just looked different. You could tell Slim had been working for real. So I'm like, oh, this motherfucker in shape. He ready to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds.
Huh.
So, you know what I'm saying? But Jan was too. Jan wasn't, it's not like Jan was gassed. They was both in shape. They both do this. No, I'm not saying Jan was gassed. Absolutely
you don't think
not.
Jan was gassed?
No, because in that fourth and fifth round, he kept the pressure. He was on Aljamain's ass in that fourth and fifth round. There's no way you gassed. Mind you, this is Peter Yan's fight. We know Peter Yan sleepwalked through the first and the second, and he pick it up as time goes along. So absolutely no, I don't think he was gassed. Plus, he's Russian. So you think this wrestling jiu-jitsu shit, he's not used to it? Why do you think Aljamain couldn't secure the fucking rear naked? Not once. Didn't even get close with the shit.
I think
even fucking get close.
I think because he had, because I know for a fact he spent a lot of time with somebody on his back recently. Mm-hmm. Like he may not have done that a few years ago. Maybe not have done that, but recently he when
that's
you got
game plan.
Yeah, when you got like when you practice something over and over again that you never practiced before, you like a baby to it. A lot of times you're gonna have the best fundamentals, and you're gonna have somebody who's been doing it for a long time. They fall in the traps of other things, of worrying about different things based on experience. But somebody who ain't been doing something that long and you only know the fundamentals, a lot of times that's probably just what saved him. Him just being new to having somebody on his back, and him going this long time and actually learning and digging deep, and that's what saved him, because that shit was going. That shit was going. He had the body lock on that motherfucker. Like that shit was real.
The body lock was crazy, but he couldn't do nothing with it up top.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think Aljamain was just being smart and not gassing his arms out. Like he was making Peter Yan really concerned about a choke when he was still touching him in the face, getting points. So it's just like he had a championship mindset when he went in there, like the champ mindset. Like, and I think like in the third round when he was on his back and he smiled, looked up at his corner and smiled. Like that's because he knew he was what was that, the third or fourth round, into the third, into the fourth or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, bro, I didn't even want to say nothing about it because I was like, bro, please don't get too hyped now. Please don't get too hyped now.
And he did and went out there and almost blew it in the fourth and fifth round.
But at the same time, he still was touching Peter Yan up in the fourth and fifth round. It wasn't like no blowout in the fifth round. That's what I'm saying. So it's just
that's how I feel about the second and third with Sterling. It wasn't no blowout.
But Sterling won. So that's
Peter Yan won.
But at the same time, it's just like, but first 3 rounds he did.
Okay, I did know that the first time. I felt like the first round after I was on the fence until the announcement was made that it was a split decision. And then it hit me. It was like that first round separated it. That was how big of momentum. Second and third,
because Aljamain came out with the little pity pat, with the little poop.
Yeah, touching him up, leg kick.
Exactly.
As soon as they touched glove, he hit him with a mean ass leg kick. I was like, oh yeah, he's here. This motherfucker's ready.
It's real.
Yeah, motherfucker's ready.
I'm just like, it happened. Now he want TJ Dillashaw, and I'm like, for what? Like, why? And then Cejudo talking about coming back. So
that's why I think nobody really wants to come back.
I think
nobody at bantamweight wants Henry Cejudo back in the ring.
I feel that. Yeah,
I don't.
I feel that same way. Bro. But it's just like you got to look at it like Henry Cejudo is like a put your head down and swing type boxer, and Aljamain boxing is a little bit more slick than his, and we're seeing that, and like the way he was touching Peter Yan, he was making Peter Yan move back a few times. So like the power's there, the power. So it's just like when it comes to Henry Cejudo, he not worried about a takedown because he can wrestle plus jiu-jitsu. Henry Cejudo is like, wrestling, Olympic wrestler. Like I could take you down in numerous positions. I know exactly where my body weight is. You can know where your body weight is, and somebody can choke you the fuck out. Easy. So it's just like Peter Yan, he more so Muay Thai. So it's just like his whole prerogative is not to get to the ground, not to be taken down. That's why he was taking Aljamain down like that so easy in the first fight. So it was just like Aljamain was nervous as fuck in the first fight too. I think nerves had a big part in his fight, because if he wasn't nervous, in the first fight, you wouldn't see nobody slipping that many times, slip and fall during kicks. Like, he wanted his head bad. And like you said, Peter Yan was emotional in this. No, like I said, he was going to be, Peter Yan was going to be emotional in this. He going to want it too bad in the worst way, and then get his belt taken away twice. Damn, Peter Yan. Aljamain Sterling beat him twice. Peter, no.
I'm not,
I'm
not finna let you go there. So we might as well move on. We might as well move on the Volk. We might as well talk. We might as well talk. It's not going like that, because that's not a fact. That's not a fact. We can't go on here. We can't go on here spewing false information. We're a reputable brand. We're a reputable brand, bro. We can't do that.
What?
We can't do that. We can't do that, bro.
What I'm saying is,
we can't do. What's the definition of beating somebody?
Aljamain beat Peter Yan. That means that
once. Beat him once.
That means from the beginning, when the bell rung,
he beat him once.
When the announcement was made,
he beat him once.
That's when everyone found out that he
beat
won.
him once. He beat him once.
Twice.
He beat him once,
bruh.
He beat him once.
Can
we move on? We're never meeting in the middle here. We might as well just move on.
Look, hey, you don't gotta meet in the middle.
We might as well move on. We might as well move on. We're not meeting. We're not. Hey, it's not happening.
Look at Aljamain Sterling record and what it say. Look at his past 2 fights and what that shit say. What does past 2 fights say?
He beat him one fight. And Peter Yan win. Peter Yan made an illegal move and by disqualification.
It don't say by nothing.
It just say win. He lost his belt.
It just say win. His belt.
Like I said, we might
as well move on. He got all of the amenities of a win.
Bro, we might as well move on.
And he got one more added to his record.
We might as well add on, bro.
It's a win. So it's just like Aljamain Sterling beat Peter Yan 2 times in a row.
Once.
So I know that might be kind of hard to kind of pack on to your shoulders, but
once
you see where we at with it.
Once.
That's where we at with it. Once. Y'all motherfuckers is in denial. But hey, I think it's gonna be a rematch eventually, a trilogy, you know, and then y'all would, oh my God, what y'all gonna do when he beat him one more time? How y'all gonna
I just be prepared to have your statement if Sterling loses that belt.
What y'all doing?
No, wait, hold on. If Sterling even keeps the belt,
what you mean
if Sterling even makes it to a 3rd fight, because we might make it to that 3rd fight with Yan being the champ. Oh. Don't sleep on Dilly Dilly. Don't do it.
I'm not sleeping on TJ Dillashaw. I'm not sleeping on TJ Dillashaw, but at the same time, TJ Dillashaw gets choked out. He's gotten choked out.
Okay. And just like Peter Yan practicing, you don't think Dillashaw? Like I said, bro,
the back is not the only position to take and get a submission.
But that doesn't mean that's the only position to practice.
Sterling was fishing for an arm bar in a triangle. Did you see him when he locked that triangle in that fast, bro? Elite, bro. That should have told him everything to stop. That just told do not do shit on the ground. As fast as he locked that triangle up, he got the hook around the head and the other leg right here. But that's when he let go. I don't know what happened.
Okay. So why are we talking about it? You hyping up some shit that he had in for 2 seconds.
But no, it wasn't in for 2 seconds. It's the fact that the position was there.
Bro, he got it fast. He locked it in fast, but lost it 2 seconds later. Like
the position was there. So I'm speaking for future references. TJ Dillashaw may not be able to handle those type of, that level of jiu-jitsu. That's what I'm saying.
Who says he brings that level of jiu-jitsu into the fight?
Who?
We never know.
Who?
We never know. Sterling.
What are you talking about? Aljamain?
We never know. You never know what. You never know what happens.
He a BJJ black belt.
You never know what happens. He might try going to get. He might try going. He might try going with a different game plan for some reason.
Hey, and normally people study people like the one thing about all the champions that I can say, every champion, everybody got a belt on their shoulder. They are like intelligent. You know what I'm saying? In each in their own right, they are intelligent individuals. I think Aljamain is good at studying because the adjustments that he made in this fight were tremendous, bro. You could see the clear adjustments that he made in this fight from the last fight, and they were adjustments, when boxing adjustments, knowing that Peter Yan always comes off the cuff after a clinch, knowing that he saved his life so many times after he came in for one of those 22 takedown attempts. Mm-hmm. After the clinch, he ducked right at the right time numerous times after each of those takedown attempts. He studied it. And he did what he had to do. I just hope he keep that fire and desire.
You had a fucking year. You had a fucking year.
You could say anything.
You had a fucking year. You better do your damn homework.
If he wasn't going to beat him, then he wasn't going to beat him. Aljamain, he was in the gym.
I'm sure Peter Yan was too, but
yeah. But if I'm going to train for somebody to get off my back so much, the next thing I'm training is for them not to even get to my knees, for them not to even get close to me.
But how do we know how much time he was spending on it?
I don't know.
I'm sure he wasn't spending half a camp. Maybe he emphasized it more in this camp.
Or maybe he just took a whole camp going like this.
I don't think so.
Punching bag.
I don't think so.
Well, Aljamain face on it. Bro, I think he put work in for sure. Because Peter Yan, he nice either way. But Aljamain maybe just levels better,
I can't say that either.
Maybe that's just what it is.
I can't say that either, but it's cool. Like, but we're not, like I said, it's pieces to it that first round. I already said it. You seen the post. The champ is the champ. He had my respect. I'm not sure. I think it's the fact that you want me to wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying. No, and I'm not. I can't. I can't do that, bro.
That post is not even a tiny percent of the shit that you was talking for a whole year.
And then I stood on it. And then I stood on it. And then I stood on it.
And then you want to put out a little Facebook story post? No, I talked it out. Of the whole fight, like which is at the highest level. Everybody can try to say, "Oh, he was winning up until that time," but no, they're at the highest level. And if you don't know the rules, that is a part of the game. Just like you got to know not to fucking gouge your eye out. Just like you have to know not to put a knee in somebody's head. So those are things that you got to know.
I don't know. I just stand on my hill that, hey, bro, like you saw an opportunity, you milked it, you didn't want to finish the fight. I felt like you could have finished the fight. You took a couple flush knees to the face. Now, granted, you didn't take multiple knees while you were a grounded opponent, but let's run that tape back. It's a few knees that you ran into, bro, at point blank range that were probably worse than that one that you took on the ground. I just felt like you could have continued. You saw an opportunity to win the belt through a technicality because Peter Yan decided to do something that is not allowed. So yes, you won in that manner, but I just felt like you could have continued, bro. But who's to say it wasn't me that got kneed in the face? I have been kneed in the face though, at point blank range. I'm gonna throw that out there. I have been, and I was able to continue. Continue. That's all I'm gonna speak on that situation. I was able to move forward with my life. But we'll see.
But
we'll see. We're running it back now. If Aljamain comes out and knocks him out, I will come on this podcast and I will be the first one to say he's a legit champ now. He's better than Peter Yan. But until then, you're a paper champ, bro.
Bruh, I don't understand I don't understand that. I don't understand it.
I already said, bro. I've been saying this shit, bro. I've been saying this shit, bro. Sterling is not levels better than Yan. The only reason Sterling won this fight is because he came out and touched him more in the first round. That's
that fighting Peter Yan is a bigger deal than fighting Aljamain Sterling. I understand all the posts. You can post all you want, all the inspiration. Oh, you'll see how the comeback is. I'll make believers out of my doubters. And no, bro, no, just stop. If you scared, just say you scared, my man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hold on to that belt a little bit longer, I get it. That's fine because that's probably the closest you'll ever get to that belt again. So I get it. I understand that, bro. But you're going to have to stop running eventually. You the champ because Peter Yan cheated and did not follow the rules, so you are the champ. Okay, fine. That's what the UFC website says. But you think these guys in your own division are looking at you as the champ? You think Dillashaw is looking at Aljamain like, oh yeah, I'll win the fucking division? Dead. You think Corey Sanhagen? Well, we obviously know that Corey Sanhagen don't think that. You think Rob Font is looking at Aljamain like, oh yeah, that's the top dog? Everybody in this division knows the top dog is Peter Yan.
That's
Aljamain, you just keeping the belt warm and make sure that bitch shiny when it come back over here. Shout out to Russia. Shout out to Russia, man.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to fucking Russia.
Oh, that's it. Let's be really real, bro.
No, he touched him. He touched him more in the first round.
The only reason
in the first round. So what else happened throughout the rest of the fight?
He got those. He was dominant in the second and third, and they got dominated in the third and fourth. How is it levels, bro? This shit is even.
You just
Peter Yan if Peter Yan had came out and landed more shots in the first, he would have won this fight.
Okay, that's a winner shit. That's the winner shit that don't.
It's not a big disparity like you're trying to make it.
No, it wasn't a robbery like everybody is saying.
I'm not gonna say it was a robbery, but let's be real. Aljamain barely won. Let's talk about it. This wasn't some dominant victory. Like you said it was going to happen this past year.
Whoa. I didn't say a dominant victory. I said it was going to happen.
You did. You said it was going to whoop his ass. Pull up the tape, bro.
And he did. He touched him up. He touched him up at every round. Bro. He touched him up at every round.
Peter Yan touched him up at every round too. Even though Peter Yan was getting controlled on the ground, he was still getting off shots. It doesn't matter, bro. He was getting points. Just like Aljamain was landing off pity pat in the first round. Bro, he was scoring points. It's the same thing.
If he was efficient on the ground,
bro, you can't try to make it fit. You can't try to make the pity pats and shit fit your narrative, bro. If Peter Yan was hitting the pity pats on the ground, Aljamain was hitting the pity pats in the first round, and that's why he won the fight.
He was hitting him in the face from behind him. Those were connecting shots.
And Peter Yan was throwing elbows, throwing fists back. What are you talking about?
But
denying submission attempts.
The whole point is he could throw all that shit. He is not in control of the situation. So the time is going up on Aljamain.
By definition, yes.
By definition, yes. No, by real life, by everything, by all the rules.
But he didn't get his ass whooped. You can't look at that fight and say Peter Yan got his ass whooped. It's no way, bro. Okay,
nobody said he got his ass whooped.
You see,
but at the same time, what I am saying is it was a clear-cut win.
It wasn't.
That's what the fuck. What are you saying?
Bro. The shit was closer than you're trying to make it.
No, ain't no.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Maybe he had the second and maybe he had the fourth and the fifth.
If you got 3-2 rounds, then
oddly similar.
That's a good W. That's a solid W. That's a solid W. No, you got 3 certain rounds, and then the other 2 were like
that first one was
you weren't dominated. If he was dominated in the fourth and fifth, then that's why I understand that shit. But he wasn't dominated in the fourth and fifth.
He was.
Oh my gosh! Look at the numbers, nigga. Look at the numbers.
He was.
See, that's
just the same way. It's just the same way. Okay, I understand the body triangle had him in control. I get that. Now, putting that body triangle aside, what did you do with it?
He was hitting him in the back of his head the whole time.
Peter Yan was getting off shots as well. They equaled out each other.
Frequent. It was not as.
It doesn't matter. It was enough to show that he was giving life. He's fighting back. He's not just some dunk on the ground that's avoiding a TKO.
What Aljamain was doing was showing him that there's activity going on, and it was always activity going on when he had his back, and that was him hitting him in the back of his head, trying to get him to loosen up his neck so he can get the rear naked.
Did it happen?
Did it happen? It didn't have to happen. He was controlling
yes or
him.
No.
He
yes
was
or
controlling
no.
him.
Yes or no. Don't change your point now. Yes or no.
That's not
Did
my
it
point.
happen?
My
Did
point is not that he got a rear naked.
Shots?
That's not my point. My point is that he had control from the back and he was striking him, which showed that he was being active. So
but
it's just like that's why the position
being active too. Was he not?
Not.
It's
really.
not like
not
it's
really.
not. Oh
not really.
my God!
No.
All right, Volk. Can we move on to Volk?
He was throwing a few punches back.
This is not gonna happen, bro. Because it's not like Sterling was just.
It's not like Sterling was what?
It's not like Sterling just had him there. Sterling had to work to keep that body control for 3 minutes.
He literally had him there.
He had to work to keep him there.
Oh my God!
But just Doug, bro, like I don't know why you trying to make it seem like Peter Yan just went like that.
No,
what are you talking about?
No, Peter Yan, he did put up a fight, but at the same time, when he got to his back, it was a wrap. He just had to. He had to accept the.
But it wasn't because if it was a wrap, he would have got choked out.
No, it was a wrap after the end of the fifth.
Cool. You got the body triangle. But too bad your body triangle doesn't submit anybody, bro. What are we talking about?
But what that does is, to me as a spectator, that says, okay, when he faces TJ Dillashaw, that is the caliber of jiu-jitsu that he's working with.
I'm not talking about.
That's what that says to me. That's what that says to me when I talk
but
about.
But I'm not looking at TJ Dillashaw in the middle of the fight. What I'm looking at in the middle of the fight, while in the middle of the fight, the action, I'm looking at cool. He got that body control. Yeah, he holding him there, but what he gonna choke him out? Are we gonna ground and pound him out? You know what I'm saying? Cool. If you hit them with shots to let them know that you're there, and then you see the submissions, it's not working. Them shit's dead in the water. Now I'm going ground and pound. Why am I not ground and pounding this man out now? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you really want to break down the game plan, it was a poor game plan from Aljamain. Yes, bro. You kept doing, bro, you got body control. To get a W. Bro, you had body control for 7 minutes. You had body control for over 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
How many submissions did you not ground and pound somebody out?
And some change. Not
to ground and pound somebody out, especially after your submissions are failing after failing after failing.
But the thing about it is, now submission attempts, they count for the judges, bro. Submission attempts count.
Clearly
for the
they don't, or this would have been a unanimity.
No,
this would have been a unanimity.
It wasn't a unanimous.
He felt like 12 of them bitches.
It wasn't a unanimous based on the hands. So
he went like over 15 in submission attempts, bro.
The hands ain't because Peter Yan is a tough competitor. So at the same time, it's not going to be easy. So
that's my
what I'm saying is it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, he still got it done. He still controlled him for a whole round. Doesn't change. Like literally, one round would be them on him in control, touching him in the back of his head, touching him on the side of his head, and Peter Yan throwing a few little.
No, but see, no, I can't. No, that's why I want to move on, bro. That's why I want to move on, bro, because you're not going to see it, bro. And I understand you're a huge Aljamain fan, and I get it. I get it.
I'm not for real. I'm not for real.
Discrediting Peter Yan, bro, and I can't sit here and let you do it, bro. I cannot sit here and let you make it seem like Peter Yan was barely holding on and barely fighting back, bro.
No, Peter Yan was fighting. Bro. He was fighting, but he just didn't do enough.
Bro, we got to move on.
Bro, we got to move on. Didn't have enough. He didn't. Bro, we gotta move. He couldn't do it. It wasn't enough. That's just what it is. It wasn't enough. We gotta move. So on. Now he is. Gotta move on, bro. Now he is 0-2 in his last 2 fights. Now Peter Yan is 0-2 in his last 2 fights.
We have to move on.
Aljamain Sterling is 2-0 in his last 2 fights.
We have to.
That is the moral of the story.
We have to move on.
The champion.
We have to move on, bro.
Defended his belt.
Okay, Aljamain fan, we understand. Jesus, I feel like you gotta start throwing in no homo after a while. Cause goddamn, bro, I understand. I gave him his credit, and I'm not taking this victory away.
About that.
We don't, bro. Nobody's quiet about it. You just want motherfuckers to yell at his high top. What you failed to realize, bro, you couldn't digest the fact that the first time Aljamain received the belt was off some disqualification fluke shit. That shit's not legitimate, nigga. No, that's just like if you that's just like if you go into one of these jiu-jitsu tournaments and somebody loses the fight and you win a medal off some DQ shit, bro. I don't give a fuck. So you not about to go in the house and celebrate that shit. That shit about to hit different, and you know it, bro. That's what's really got me fired up. It's not the Aljamain thing. It's not the PDR thing, because I don't give a fuck about that at the end of the day. But it's the fact that you really try to sit here and play with that first one and try to act like that first one was a legitimate Aljamain clearly beat that man, and you know that's not true. Okay, you know that's not true. So.
I didn't say he clearly beat him in the first. I said it was tight. I said that it was tight. I said that it was tight.
Bro, no, I swear, bro. You used to say he was by Aljamain. I'm sorry, hold on.
I'm about to say I see new headphones on. I see you. But but I never said that Aljamain fully won, but I think he still won. I don't think he dominated Pion in the first match up into that knee, but at the same time, the knee happened. So it's just like that is a W. When you do not know the rules, when you not know the rules, and you break a rule,
can we move
intentionally, bro, you lose.
It's 11:30.
Let's get to Volk because this one was quick.
Yeah, this one was a clinic.
And it was like not supposed to happen for real. Why y'all do this?
I think. It's not like Korean Zombie is as bad as it looked. It's just Volk is that good. Bro.
He's nice. He's fucking.
He's
nice.
on a whole. He's like Kamaru level.
Yeah,
he's like Kamaru, and I feel like if he could put on 170 pounds, Kamaru would be in trouble. Maybe I'm tripping.
And maybe he could put on 170 pounds.
No, I'm sorry. If he got to 170.
Oh yeah.
If he got 200, he would be an issue.
Yeah, facts.
He would be an issue, bro.
Yeah.
For Kamaru, that's what I'm talking about. For Kamaru, he'd be an issue.
Yeah, but welterweight's got a lot of different hitters, and when you get up to that weight, when you start to get up to that weight, you got like longer limbs and shit. So shit get different, and motherfuckers get taller and faster and
that's
stronger.
What 25. That's 25 pounds from where he's at. You think Volk can't throw on a quick 25?
I think he walking around with that quick 25.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I think he walk around.
He could do that.
But
let me see who on featherweight, bro. Let me see what.
You got like Max.
You got some hitters. You got some hitters in featherweight.
I just think he need to go ahead and go up. Stop playing. I think he's the only one that's really ready to go up. If anybody go up, I think Volk is the one that's.
So if Volk goes up, who's his first fight?
He should get a championship. It's for the fucking belt.
It's for the belt.
What? Hell yeah! What?
I don't know. But stylistically, I wouldn't. I mean, maybe stylistically that works out. Now that I really look at Oliveira versus Volkanovski, but I want to see against somebody like Poirier. Volk and Poirier would be fireworks, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Nah, I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I think that shit would be
Poirier. I don't know. Bro. Poirier might get dominated on the ground because you saw like how easy it is for him to get dominated on the ground with jiu-jitsu. So you're gonna get dominated on the ground with wrestling? Nah, bro. And Volk's hands are good enough to get him where he needs to be. Like Korean Zombie was touching him a little bit, but he was really mobile and out the way of a lot of those punches. Like he's not like a bump on the log. Like he moves around, which makes it like way harder, So Volk, shit, go up. Volk, he can take advantage of Charles Oliveira, get that W, because he's gonna keep that belt from Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, I can't see Gaethje. I can see Gaethje getting choked out.
Yeah,
I feel like a standing arm bar or some wild shit too.
Something he ain't gonna want to, but it's gonna look disgusting when it happens.
Come on, his face gonna be red as shit. His lip gonna be busted.
Yeah.
Watch what I tell you.
It's gonna be something horrific, nigga.
And then Islam was just gonna come get the belt from all of them, Volk included. And yes, I said that.
You said who?
Volk Islam. Volk included. Yeah. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. Yeah. I put my whole check on that. Twice. I put my shit on there twice. Twice. Islam coming for all that shit. I'm telling you, bro, that's Habib 2.0. And nobody was fucking with him. I feel like everybody in the UFC that was in that 155 division popped a bottle of champagne the day Habib laid his gloves in the cage for the last time. Everybody literally had a shot of their favorite drink, a bottle of their favorite wine, and just popped the top.
You think the same thing gonna happen for Volk when he go up?
Yes.
No, because he's still gonna have to come back down and defend it.
No, I think if he moves up, he's up. I don't think he's gonna fluctuate. He's done with 145. Whenever you look into the mic and you tell other grown-ass men that do the same shit you do, that's your same weight class, and you tell them to get their shit together, stunned the entire division, bro.
Whole division, son.
He's done with him, bro, and I don't blame him. Move up to 155 and do your thing there. Go smash Conor into retirement.
Hey, that's what's next.
Because that's gonna happen.
That's what's next.
Go smash him into retirement.
Because it's funny because Conor Islam was that little Islam Conor talk real quick, and then he was laughing. He was like, I can't remember last time he won a fight. Like
kill.
No, that's real. Like real.
I was just looking at Oliveira getting cut, and I'm like, well, ain't Conor on like a 3-4 bender? He's on a slide right now.
Yeah. Bro. Well, I think he got one versus MGK. Did you get that one? I don't know if you got that one.
What was it? Poirier, Habib, Poirier twice. Like,
yep.
Diaz. I think he's on like 4 in a row, bro.
Yeah, no, Diaz, he came back and won.
Who did he beat after Diaz?
Yeah, because he beat Diaz, beat Alvarez, got smashed by Habib. Then they gave him that, and they got smashed by Poirier twice. So he on 2. Doctor stoppage. The UFC childish for that.
He forced that shit. He made sure that shit happened. That's one thing he made sure, like, y'all not about to give me on the TKO shit. Yeah, bro, that's what it was. Like, he broke his leg for real. Like, throwing them punches, the way that he was throwing his punches, he was throwing fire. And he wasn't always hitting down, like, with the shin. So, that shit kind of happened the way it happened. If anybody didn't know, the title of this show is I Told You So. So, if we all can say it one at a time. On 3.
All right, RoundHouse RoundTable. It's been a pleasure. I got shit to do in the morning, and this nigga's trying right now. So I'm done with it.
All right, RoundHouse RoundTable. Hey, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Hey, make sure y'all mess with us in the comments, in the feeds, the reels. Send some shit. Hey, subscribe to our YouTube. Hey, we love the interactions with y'all. We appreciate the love. And we out of here. Shit. We out of here.
That's why I use the heat as a sword. Cause keep the peace is important. They go keys for you. Say please. That's 1, please. Don't need. No 1, that's 2, please. Don't leave. That's 3, 4. If you do.